Hi, everybody. Just gonna give you a couple seconds to get yourself together and come on in. I am hopeful that now you probably get blasted out when I get to Periscope, but how's everybody doing? Everything all right? All is well? Everything is good? Yes, 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 yes. I just had such an interesting conversation with a group of people. And I want to share that with you because it is really important for you to be yourself, to be who you are. And there's so many different reasons why I don't want to. All right, I'm getting ready to get into Periscope, and I want to be sure. There we go. Woohoo! So I wanted to be sure that I did Periscope right. So I'm sitting here in front of a couple different things. Hi, everybody. What's going on? I'm kind of trying to look at everything at one time, right? Because I'm this IT person. Hey, heart me up. Yes, yes. So I'm just going to jump right into it because it really was something that I just went through. And I know when God puts me in places, right? He puts me in places because let's face it, not everybody can stand thank you, my friend. Not everybody can stand in some of the places that God's puts me in. And God's only gonna put you in places that you can stand. All right. So don't be afraid to be exactly who you are. Come on here, somebody. Don't be afraid to be exactly who you are. So today I was at a conference and I was on the singles panel because, hey, let's face it, I'm single. What can I say? And of course, a lot of singles don't come out to that kind of stuff. You know, they just really don't. So we ended up combining everything and it was really good. You got to hear from the marriage people and then you got to hear from the not married people, you know, which was me. The one guy was like, I would never say that you were single, but I would say you were unmarried because single isn't even in the Bible. I was like, good grief, you're going through semantics now, but I had already ticked off everybody. I had already ticked off everybody, so I'm gonna need y'all to pray for me. Hello? I'm gonna need you to pray for me. So the bottom line is there's a couple things, and I wish, do I have my one notes here? Let me see. On one thing that I want to be sure that I look at before we go on. Oh yes. So we're talking about knowing who you are, making sure you keep your identity, making sure that you be authentic to yourself. Like so many people are so interested in being like other people. They want to be like Jakes. They want to be like oh, give me another person. I'm looking at Juanita Bynum. They want to be like, you know, you just want to be great, and you want to be great, and you're subject to fall into prey to what everybody else does. I want to encourage you today to be yourself. Claim your identity, claim your process, claim everything that God has for you, because that's the only way you're going to reach the audience that God has called you to. And I am laughing inside, but at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, when are we going to get a clue and be okay with each other's differences? When are we going to be okay with each other's differences? Hey, Mr. Miggles, when are we going to be okay with each other's differences? So when we're in this space, and they started asking questions towards the singles or whatever. So the one time I said, you know, I am single, and I'm here representing the singles that aren't looking for anybody. They were like, oh, do you hear those crickets? Yeah, me neither. But they should have been in that place. Because not every single, no volume. No volume. Hold up. That's anybody else not experienced? Can't hear me? Let me see. 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 Okay. So I'm getting ready to switch my, I know what it is. I know what it is. I'm getting ready to switch my, is it audio? Default. Let me know when you can hear me. Da-na-na-na. Can you hear me now? Thank you. Can you hear me now? Let's see. Can you hear me? No sound. Can you hear me? Oh, I can't believe you can't hear me. Like, I see my mic is working. Oh, I hope you guys can hear me. Ah. Can you hear me? All right, so I'm going to keep going. I hope you guys can hear me. I don't know. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Let me see. All right, so I'm going to keep going. I hope you guys can hear me. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like everybody can hear me now. So anyway, then I'm going to back up a little bit. So I was talking about, you know, that I was in this conference and that I was in this conference, you know, when technical stuff happens, you just want to just, good afternoon, can you hear me? Hey, I'm hoping that you can hear me. Okay, well, I'm going to keep going. Can you hear me now? Mr. Miggles, you were saying that you couldn't hear me. Good afternoon, Mr. CEO. I'm so mad at that. Can y'all reshare it to your audiences if you can hear me? Oh, good. All is well. All right. So, if, Mr. CEO, I know you can hear me, Mr. Miggles, too. So, okay. So, share this for me. Heart me up, of course. But this is real. You already know this is real. I'm like fighting through something right now. So anyway, I was at this conference, right? And I'm at this conference and they start talking about, you know, singles. And I stood up and I said, hey, I'm standing up for, you know, the singles, the people that are single and ain't looking for nobody. Hello? And I'm not saying that to be smart, but you know, I'm coming from my own place of hurt, my own place of healing. So I'm going through this process, right? And so I'm going through this process. I'm thinking to myself, you know, everybody in here is looking for a husband. Everybody in here is looking for somebody. I'm really not looking for anybody. Like I'm good. I'm good. Like I'm really good. Like I came from a really bad place. So why would I want to introduce something in my system and before I'm totally healed or whatever? Or I want to jump right in. See, I don't want to jump right in. I want to make sure that I am doing what God has called me to do. I want to make sure that I am exactly in that position so that when I walk forward, it's all good. I need this healed right here. This has to be healed. Why are we trying to move forward and do stuff when we're not healed? You know, hurt people, right? And so we don't want to get into the place of not knowing who we are and our identity and stuff. But a lot of times we try to be like so many different people because it sounds good. Now, mind you, when I said that I was here to stand up for the people that didn't want to be with nobody, I got some feedback on that, but to some people it was offensive. It was almost like when I walk around or I do something, I go somewhere and somebody says, hey, you want something to eat? I say, sure, what you got? And I said, well, I'll take this and this because I don't eat meat. It'd be like, you don't eat meat? And so it was like that. Oh, you don't want a husband? You don't want this? You don't want that? No, you know what? There are so many other things to do. While I'm in a process of healing, while I'm in the process of breakthrough, while I'm in the process of getting whatever God has for me and forward and being vital enough to push his kingdom to where he wants me to push it. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like I dislike folk, because I have friends. I have very close friends, right? And it could very well turn into something like that, but to be honest with you, if they decided that I wasn't their thing, I would be okay. I would really be okay. And that offended like half the room. Well, I won't say it really offended them. It was more or less like they weren't expecting somebody to say that. And what I want to say to you guys is be true to whoever it is you are. Stop trying to be like Juanita Bynum. Stop trying to be like T.D. Jakes. Stop trying to be like Susie Owens. I'm trying to think of some people, but stop trying to be like other people. Be like yourself. Be like who God made you to be. It is all about what God made you to be, because how can you then help somebody else and you trying to be like somebody else? Your message, the message that God gave you to get across won't get across unless you start to focus in on who you are and what you're doing. If you don't know who you are, there's no way you can walk, talk, act, and feel the way God would have you act and feel and talk and be. And you know what? And when somebody comes to you with something different, say they're coming to you out the box with something different, accept who they are. Accept who they are. You want somebody to accept you, you need to accept that next person. My dogs are... What are you chewing on? Oh, my dogs are chewing on something. But by the way, say hi. This is Prince. Prince is making his debut. Hi, Prince. How is all doing? All is well? Yes, yes. Okay. And Duchess, come on. You want to say hi? Come on, Duchess. You coming? Come here. Okay, Duchess doesn't want to make an appearance. So anyway, what was I saying? Yes. Accept who they are. So we go more into it, right? And if you know anything about me, I'm a little off the wall. I'm excitable. And so the one guy had said, the one pastor was like that Adam, okay, good. You hear me and the phone is dying. Okay, well, plug in. Adam came with certain things. He said Adam was in the garden. He had a job. He had a place to stay. And then when he had all the things that he was supposed to do, God said, it is not good for man to be alone. And he brought him his wife. And they were together from that point on. And so the guy was saying that when he found his wife, before he found his wife, he had some things all together. He had a job, he had his own place, he had his own everything, right? Thank you for hearting me up, guys. He had everything, right? So I said, oh, okay. So I was thinking, so I had more to say. I'm this person that if you called me to do something, I'm gonna do it as unto the Lord. And so I had some more to say. So I take the microphone after he's done. They pass me the microphone. I say, listen, it's cuffing time in the kingdom is over. There is no cuffing in the kingdom, people. There's no cuffing. We don't do the winter thing. We just don't do it. We don't do that. We don't cuff. We don't give homies places to stay when they trying to be more than homies, like friends with benefits, so that they can have somewhere to stay. We don't do that. And then I said, if they're struggling, or if they are like broken, disgusted, your mindset ain't right, all kinds of stuff is going on, they're not for you. I don't care who they are. It's time for them to get themselves together. I'm not talking about people struggling or they just are in between jobs. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody who doesn't want to work. Somebody who doesn't want to work. So when you talk about somebody who doesn't want to work and they're trying to get with you, no. Boy, did that ruffle some people's feathers. Now, we are all different. That means if you want to rescue somebody, or you want to go in the trenches with them, and they're struggling, and this is something that you feel that God is leading you to do, that's all well, good and fine, but not me. I've already been there, done that. I got a doctorate in it. And at this point in my life, I have been, I just feel like I can expect a little more. I think that God is making me to expect a little more out of my mate, a little bit more out of my friendships, a little bit more out of my associations. I'm expecting more things. I really am. I'm expecting more things. I'm expecting God to show up. I'm expecting a miracle. I live in the expectancy of whatever God has for me. And in this season, I'm not supposed to be doing the same in this season at 45 as I was doing when I was 25. No, I just am not. And I don't think anyone really is supposed to be doing that. So I just wanted to leave you guys with, be who you are. Accept others for who they are. If they have a difference of opinion, if they have a different way of thinking, a different way of doing things, and my Periscope's look frozen, but I'm going to keep going. Whatever that is, allow them to be themselves, like for real. How are you going to walk through life trying to be something for somebody else? I'm already going through and doing different things. And listen, just because I come on Periscope doesn't mean I'm perfect. I definitely got some things going on in my world. But what I do know is that if you come to me, I'm going to accept you as you are. But if you're trying to get some kind of relationship or something like that, there comes some measures for me. And it's not that I'm not even going to listen to God. When you have things going on, God is going to send you. Matter of fact, God is going to make sure that your mate that's supposed to be with you is going to come when you can accept them. I have a firm belief that I am not going to miss God. You know why? Because God is not going to allow it, because I am his child. I am called by his name. I am set aside and set apart for a time such as this. And I am not in control. God is in control. So like I told them, this thing could flip for me tomorrow. It could flip for me in the next 5 minutes, because I'm open to what God has for me. But I'm not coming with nothing. I'm coming with a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of positive. What do I bring to the table? I bring a lot to the table. What do you bring to the table? Do you know? I had to tell them, I had to quote scripture. I said, listen, Paul said that he wishes that all of us could be like him, could be able to sit and not burn, not lust for one another, not do certain things, not have sex outside of marriage. He said, I wish that you all could do that, but so that you don't burn, go get married. I'm not burning. I'm not lusting. I am okay as a single woman, and I'm in a healing process. So whatever it is you got going on, and I have to say this, being in a healing place, being in a process, being in a transition, none of that is a bad thing. None of it. None of it is bad. None of it is negative. For some reason, soon as we hear that in the body of Christ, we are so quick to we are so quick to flip it, to make it such a bad thing, a negative thing, and it's not. I promise you, it's not. It's not a negative thing to be healing. It's not a negative thing to be in transition. It's not a negative thing that you have to go through a process. There's one thing that I pulled out. There was one preacher. He pulled me afterwards. He said, listen, you go through your process. He said, we have a thing in manufacturing. And he said, listen, he said, when you go through the process, the thing is that once it goes through the right process, it says the right process produces it's almost like he said the right process produces the right product. So you go through your process. It says the process, going through the process produces, going through the right process produces this excellent product, the right product. That was powerful because that also reaffirmed the fact that going through a process is not a bad thing. Stop feeling bad because you're not where you think you should be. Stop feeling bad because you think that that you're going through a process and it's a negative thing. It's not negative. It's only negative because we as a society think that things are supposed to be like this. Quick. It's not going to be quick. It's going to take some time. And I want to encourage you today that to go through your process. It's okay. It's okay because the right process is going to produce an awesome product. It's going to produce a product that no one has ever seen before. Your process is going to push you to your purpose. Really. Really. Your process is going to push you to your purpose. And I just want to encourage you today. I'm so sorry for the technical issues. I hope that whoever is online with me, that you can hear me and everything. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for continuing to heart me up and all that kind of stuff. And now we're back to you can't hear me and all that. I don't know. All I know is I recorded it, so I will put it up on Facebook later. I hope all is well. I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer because I don't know what's going on with my technical stuff. Everything seems to be working except for Periscope looks a little frozen. So I'm going to check out. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. Thank you for the love. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being here. I just want you to, accept people for who they are. If they say something weird, don't look at the weirdness. Look at where they're at. Is it a process? Is it a place where they're at? I never said anything was final. I never said anything was, in a negative for me. I just said I was healing and I was in a process. So right now I am okay with being like Paul, with not burning for somebody. And I also said there's other things to do. Do you have a business that you're looking to do? Listen, in a couple days, I'm going to have a webinar. And I'm going to have a webinar about using technology. And I'm going to have a webinar concerning fearlessness. I have actually, in a couple days, my site will be up. And then you can go and you can get my training that's 7 points or 7 steps to fearless. And you can get that. And I'll let you guys know when that's launched. I'm still working on my website, so it's not ready. It's just not. But I encourage you all today. This is Saturday night. If you have a boo, get with your boo. Take them out. Sit or go in the house. Watch your movies or whatever. And just be encouraged. Like I was encouraged. I started to see what God is doing in my life today. And for those of you who don't know me personally, I am a person that has victory written all over them. And I'm going to stand in the midst of anything and stand up and be okay with who I am. I'm a spitfire and I'm okay with that. And not in a bad way. Like I just come with a lot of energy. So I'm going to encourage you to be who you are. I'm going to encourage you to knock it out the box, baby. I'm going to encourage you to be fearless. Be fearless. Be fearless in whatever you are called to do. Be fearless in whatever it is that's going to make you happy. Be fearless for Christ. Amen. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a fantastic day and enjoy your weekend. Hey, go to church tomorrow. Go to somebody's church tomorrow, people. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.